All right. We are back. We are live. We are back. I am Tremont Arnold, and I have my co host.
Ernest Tilley, welcome back. Welcome back.
We are back. We are back. The Cigar Chronicles. This is the first one of the year. This is the first one back since our hiatus. The state of black politics. We definitely have a special show today, this evening. We got some heavy hitters and staple of the Democratic Party. We have the Democratic Party chairs of North Texas. And there's a small caveat. All of them are the same color as me. So this definitely is going to be a good show. Definitely shout out to our sponsor, Heart of a Lion Cigars. You can find him on all social media platforms under Heart of a Lion. And Ernest, would you mind giving a brief bio of our guest?
Absolutely. Newly elected chair of Tarrant County Democratic Party, Crystal L. Gayton, is the epitome of what it means to never be a victim of circumstances, but a champion of change by choice, driven by a desire to help others. Crystal knew early in life that law was her chosen path. As a native Houstonian, she received a bachelor's degree from the University of Houston and later went to attend Texas Wesleyan School of Law. Overcoming odds and transcending stereotypes, Crystal received a Juris Doctorate from Texas Wesleyan and was admitted to the state bar. She has been honored by various organizations for a community of activism and legal prowess. She serves on the board of directors for William M. McDonald YMCA and is a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Please welcome Tarrant County Democratic Chair Crystal Gayton. Next.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it. It's exciting to be here, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Good deal. We appreciate you coming back. Next, we have Miss Sheena King, who's a proud she's a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. She is a fourth-generation Texan, community activist, business leader, organizational change coach, and most importantly, mom to three amazing kids. Sheena believes in lifelong learning and has her bachelor's degree from UNT and over 10 insurance and financial service designations and degrees. She is an active member of several nonprofit and social action organizations, including the League of Women Voters and NAACP. She loves giving back and is always volunteering in her community. Sheena was the 2022 Democratic nominee for House District 61, and she's currently county chair. Actually, she's the first Black woman county chair for Collin County Democratic Party. Please welcome Collin County Democratic Chair Sheena King.
Thank you for having me back.
You are welcome. Next of our distinguished guests, excuse me, Miss Delia Parker Mims. Delia is a current chair of the Denton County Democratic Party, the seventh largest county in the state of Texas. Under her leadership, Denton County emerged as a leading county for increasing registration and getting Democratic voters to the polls. Denton County was one of 11 of 254 counties to increase Democratic turnout in 2022 midterm election. Delia is a practicing attorney and has committed her efforts to providing access to justice for all. She is a former managing attorney for Legal Aid of North Texas. Through this entity, she established self-training programs to help increase access to the justice system for persons unable to obtain legal counsel. Delia lives in Lewisville, Texas, with her husband and two college-age children. Please welcome another first Black female of Denton County Democratic Chair, Delia Parker Mims.
Thank you, sir. And I'm also the third member of Delta Sigma Theta on this. That's how we do it.
That's how we do.
Well, thank you. And last but not least, let me take my time with this one. Cardell Coleman, who is a remarkable political figure and intergenerational bridge. As the chairman of Dallas County Democratic Party, he brings extensive experience from both public and private sectors, approaching his work with a strategic mindset and leading with a people over politics perspective. Grounded by his faith and commitment to social justice, Cardall is also a licensed minister and co-founder of the Liberation Fund, a national civil rights organization dedicated to liberating those unduly impacted by police brutality and the criminal justice system through litigation, reconstruction justice through legislation, and building strong communications through learning programs. Please welcome the first Black male Democratic chair, Cardall Coleman.
Thank you. And I am not a member of Delta Sigma Theta.
So we're going to just go ahead and jump in, and of course, like I said, there's no platform as far as just with ways that we can answer. Like I say, just jump on in there if that question is tugging you. As a 2024, what inspired you?
This right here, this right here, this opportunity for there to be change in North Texas. I mean, without going into specific detail about how this transpired, the timing of our elections, the timing of being able to say that I'm on a podcast with the first of Black men and women to share this platform together. I mean, that's inspiring in and of itself. And so, prior to this, there was a lot of hesitation. There was a lot of, oh, what are we going to do? How is there going to be any change? And just to see the energy behind those who see. And you gotta pay attention to what's happening right now. And so I'm just happy to be on this journey, this trail, this track, this movement, this Black storm, because I'd rather be in the mix than miss what's about to happen. So this is what is inspiring to me, and everything to come as a result of the leadership and the opportunity that we have as Black people, Black men, Black women, educated. With mindset similar backgrounds, just wanting to see a difference for everybody. And although we're all on the Democratic platform, we don't our goals and visions are not limited to the Democrat, right? Like we want to see change for everybody. And so y'all, enjoy the ride, because we about to take y'all somewhere, seriously.
Yes, sir. Anyone else like to comment on that?
I think Crystal summed it up perfectly. We're in the top 10 largest counties, the 4 counties. Once we all get aligned and we're marching in the same direction, we turn Texas. So we're just excited about the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. As we all know, we lost an icon in Eddie Bernice Johnson this past week. And my question, and I'll start with you, Cardall. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of her?
Legend. Her legacy and her impact will be felt for years to come, generations to come, right? When we look at EBJ and her impact of what that means to North Texas, you got to look at DART transit system, right? You got to look at the major airlines that are here, Southwest and American Airlines. You got to look at the major interstate systems that we have here, right? All the transportation infrastructure, the healthcare systems, UT Southwestern, Parkland, none of that happens without her legacy and her impact. And then when you look at us on this call, right? I mean, not just elected officials, but when we talk about Black people being elected and holding spaces, first Black woman elected in Dallas County, right? So you got to look at that. The first registered nurse to go to Congress. So there's so many first and barrier breakers. I don't think we would be able to be the first if it wasn't for Eddie Bernice Johnson. So a lot of what we do is owed to her.
Thank you for that. Ms. Dilly, would you like to comment? Go ahead, Ms. Shannon.
I went to SMU in '86. I remember coming here and hearing about her. I think that was during the time when she was the Texas Senate. Then you look at how early it was when she first got elected, and that is really phenomenal because when we get to start talking about race and gender and issues, we'll have some other things to say. But she got elected as a Black woman in a very early time period. So I hope the party pushes towards having an Eddie Bernice Johnson, something like a convention like Kay Bailey Hutchins, because I think I find her as important as Kay Bailey Hutchins.
Yeah, I'll just add on to that. So last year, and it wasn't due to me, so I'm not going to take that credit. So I'm going to give credit where it's due. The previous administration here in Collin County felt it was important enough to rename our annual fundraiser, our largest event that we have, to rename it, include Bernice Johnson. She had just retired. Our event was previously named Ann Richards Dinner. And that's wonderful, but to be able to add on another Texas legend, trailblazer, icon, it was just amazing and a beautiful thing. So I am honored. I was honored to be able to actually, go through the process to get her to accept that, to, just feel energized by that, appreciated by that. And I think that's what Joy is mentioning, right? So we need to be able to honor, and we wanted to give her flowers while she was here. And sadly, 28 days didn't happen. So our event is January 27th of this year. But we want to honor her life, her legacy, just the amazing amount of accomplishments that she did, not only for North Texas, but for all of Texas, for the United States. I think Cardall mentioned some of her accomplishments. He and I were there for the past couple of nights where she was being honored for Memorial Service. And you saw 25 members of Congress ascend in Dallas just to recognize this trailblazer. The President of the United States traveled here just to recognize this amazing woman. So she had an impact far beyond right here in North Texas, but certainly in North Texas. We're going to fill that hole, that gap that's been left. But her legend continues, as we talk about on this call, and just generation after generation after generation. So she just means a significant amount. And I think it would not be amiss to say, she wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but you can't do 50 years of public service being everybody's cup of tea. And I think that's the other beautiful thing about being a Black person. We understand, we recognize that, and we still do what we have to do. We get the work done.
Well, I think Jasmine Crockett is a great filler, as we've seen. And if you guys don't know already, she is also a member of Delta Sigma Theta. And she's a great person to fill those shoes. And I'm so glad that you guys redid your brochure, because I thought you had Johnson and I was just thinking it was Lyndon. But you did your party, you redid it, and you put Eddie Bernice. I thought, and I think it's really cool because you got Eddie Bernice and you got Ann Richards. They both should be honored. Ann Richards was a great gal herself.
Thank you for that. Did you want to add on to that, Ms. Crystal?
No, I think everybody touched on it perfectly.
Okay, thank you so much. And the viewers that's listening on YouTube or Roku TV, I'm hearing a little distortion. Is that me? Let me try it now. Is that better?
A little bit.
Okay. Well, our viewers on YouTube and Facebook Live, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. We'll try to get through the questions throughout this podcast. Go ahead, Trey.
Okay. What inspired you to run for county chair?
Y'all want me to take that? So y'all know, because y'all had me on last year, I and some other women in Tarrant County ran for judicial races. Blood, sweat, tears in that campaign.